Thank you so much. What an honor it is to be here. I'm listening to my own bio, watching my own video, and thinking about today how lucky I am, how blessed I am, how grateful I am. I never expected what I found today at UFM. I have a formula of luck. It's a mathematical formula. Since I'm one of the luckiest people that I know, I deciphered how is it I'm so lucky, personally and professionally. And I realized, in conjunction with Napoleon Hill, that what you pay attention to, what you focus in on, the truth, responsibility, freedom, and what you give intention to, like all of the faculty, the staff, and the students and the alumni that I've met ever since I got here. What you pay attention to and what you give intention to by doing, saying, thinking, feeling, and believing in alignment with this freedom, the University of Freedom, UFM, equals the coincidences in our lives. A very simple formula. What do you pay attention to? What you give intention to equals the coincidences, the coinciding of the universe with this amazing place. I have a favorite quote that I wish I would have learned when I was young, and it's simply, you're either humble or you're about to be. And every day it keeps coming up in my life. And as I have visited over 200 cities this year, schools, organizations, companies, I thought to myself, do I have time to squeeze in Guatemala between Adweek in New York and the Aspire Tour in Washington, D.C., which I'm supposed to be on stage at 9 a.m. tomorrow? Do I really have time? This school that I really hadn't been aware of, but I trusted the calling to say, absolutely. And I've been nothing but impressed. I'm so grateful that I took the opportunity for this coincidence, because I have spoken at every great university in the world, from the University of Shanghai to Oxford to Stanford to Harvard. And I will tell you this, they don't have anything on this school. This school is aligned with my mission of empowering over 1 billion people to be happy. People say, Dave, you're crazy. I was afraid to tell my wife after I recovered from losing over $100 million, and here I was making more money, helping more people, and having more fun. I was afraid to tell my wife that I had a calling, a mission in my life, a legacy over all the likes, all the years I spent buying stuff I didn't need to impress people I didn't like, worried about, what I want them to think I am. One of the greatest problems with social media for our children is this energy gap between I am, which is what is taught here. I am honest, I am responsible, I am free to be who I am, not worrying about what I think I am. This is a huge energy gap that we have to close, not just with wisdom, but with faith. As I came down here and realized, wow, how did I not know about UFM? How did I not know about a university that's going to empower 1,000 people, to empower 1,000 people, to empower 1,000 people with accountability, responsibility, with the truth, and of course with freedom. Freedom to do what I want, when I want, with who I want, for as long as I want, for the sake of good, for the sake of others, for the sake of kindness, generosity, gratitude, mercy, frugality, and humility. For the sake of what was I going to come down to UFM was for the sake of my mission, because I had a calling to know that there's 1,000 of you here that I've met that I know are going to impact 1,000 to impact 1,000. So when I told my wife not only I was coming down here, but this was aligned with my mission, the math made sense. Not just the math of the luck equation, but the math of empowering over 1 billion people, because 1,000 people times 1,000 people is 1 million times 1,000 is 1 billion. We can change the world, not just Guatemala. With the lessons and the foundational principles that I've learned and shared, both here today, collaborating, coordinating, co-creating with some incredible people, I know that we can do this. We can create a legacy of people that are here on earth to help one another, to know people, to help one another. Yes, when you have a mission like this, I promise you the commissions will follow, because there is, when you have a community of a legacy of people that want to help each other and know people that help each other, you know what they do? They buy from each other and sell for each other for life. And if you want to have a legacy in business, if you want to have a legacy for your mission and the commissions follow, then create it with these values today. Being responsible, being honest, and being free. I walked into the university completely humbled by just the way it looked. And then every single person that I met, whether they were a student, a faculty, a staff, an alumni, every single person was vibrating faster. They had an amazing frequency to them. And then I see this thing on the wall. It says, "The truth is not." And I'm confused. Like, what is it? I know a little bit of Spanish, lo siento. I'm like, maybe I didn't learn Spanish that well. The truth is not, and I didn't see flexity, right? Flexible. And then I got it. The truth is not flexible. And one of the things that I learned is everything vibrates. All of us. The earth vibrates the slowest, then plants, animals, humans, sound, then light, then thought. And I was taught what vibrates the fastest. The thought that vibrates the fastest is the truth. My motto in life is the truth vibrates the fastest. It's what I teach in branding, that the secret to branding is to tell the truth, to be vulnerable, transparent, to be able to articulate the value of things by capturing it today, in person, on the phone, via email and social media. To be able to teach the lessons that resonate with us because they vibrate so fast, because they're the truth. And the most of the truth are simple things. That's why that video talks about being grateful. Can you think of anything easier or simple or simpler to change the world than straight gratitude, to find the light, the love, and the lessons in everything? We have such separation in America right now because everybody thinks there's some false facade of equality. Let me break it to you. I travel the whole world. I've never met one person that is equal or the same as me. Nobody has this. Nobody on earth. I am different. I am different in a part of one. See, the thing is, we should all have freedom, and freedom means what? Equal opportunity. The people who founded this school came back to Guatemala and said, hold on a second, we don't have equal opportunity. Never said everybody's equal in Guatemala. Never said everybody in Guatemala is equal to the people in the United States or Africa or anywhere else. They just said, we need to have equal opportunity. We don't here. And we're going to use education in order to facilitate, to make easy that opportunity. And we're going to have foundational principles. These foundational principles of responsibility, accountability, of honesty that vibrates the fastest, and freedom. What's the difference? We need to learn to appreciate, to add value to our differences and provide equal opportunity to everyone. And the number one way that we provide equal opportunity, what America is most known for, is education. We have provided equal opportunity in America through education. And it's not an accident as our education fails us in the United States, so does what we learned about the equal opportunity. And now we face this tragic separation again and this differences instead of appreciation of those differences. It is a legacy over people liking us. Creating a legacy, a community of people. It's a long game. The problem with playing a long game, especially in entrepreneurship, which I know is a primary focus as well here, the problem with entrepreneurship and playing the long game is that behaviors do not create evidence immediately. I'm going to repeat that. Both in the positive and in the negative, behaviors don't create outcomes or results or evidence immediately. And it's becoming more and more challenging because people, including old people like me, are expecting outcomes to happen very quickly. But I remember when an ATM machine was a major technology because it saved me an hour and a half on Friday standing in line to cash my check at the bank. Now people think ATMs are slow. We want to accelerate, aggregate, and compound our outcomes by our behaviors. And those behaviors, we need to know what we want in alignment with where we think we want to be, but also we need to change the way we look at the past. We can't look at the past mistakes, failures, setbacks, defining moments, historical relevance as punishment, limiting our own self-image. So many entrepreneurs put a meaning on their past, on the failures of their past, that limits their future. Why? Because you never will overachieve your own self-image, and it's the meaning of the past that determines your self-image, determines your imagination. We want to have behaviors that are aligned with what we want for the sake of others, in alignment with a divine direction, so that when those detours come, when there's no evidence that you're going to get to where you think you are, or you have contrary evidence that you're ever going to get there, you're going to have the faith that you are not punished, because you are concentrating on the behaviors, and you know the behaviors are aligned with where you want to be or better. And you're going to go seek the wisdom, because when you know what you want, you then can determine who can help you and who you can help. And I've learned one thing about success. The fastest way to get to where you want to be is find someone that's already there and ask them for directions, and then help someone else get to where they want to be. That's how you get to where you want to be. Stephen Covey taught that the 5 people that you spend the most time with will be the aggregate of yourself. I don't believe that. Or else those single moms with 5 kids would be the aggregate of their 5 children. What I suggest you do, in the reference of knowing what you want, who can help you, and who you can help, is play for teams. Play for the teams by subject matter, topic, or expertise that you want to learn. So I play for an AI team, and not only do I pick the right AI team that I want to play for, because I think AI is an important part of our future. I want to learn it, I want to practice it, and I also pick the position on the team where I can learn from other people that are sitting in a position that I want to be in, and also people on the team that I can help. So I'm the water boy on the team, so there's very few people on my team with AI that I could help. But with my family, I'm the team captain. My wife's the owner, but I am the captain. We want to surround ourselves with the right people and the right ideas. That's what UFM is. Look around you. Surrounding ourselves with the right people and the right ideas, asking for help as much as we are giving help. And for you alumni here, if you have a mission, what better way to do that than to give help of your time, your knowledge, employment, your money, whatever you have as a resource. And man, do I love that word resource, because I live by faith and wisdom. I'm a resource of God, of source, an infinite, abundant, unified system of thought that I belong to, that protects me, promotes me, loves and perfects. I'm a resource. God never demands anything of me. I've read every religious text, philosophical, spiritual, theoretical text. None of them say, God demands you do this. But he commands us. What does the word commandment mean? To work with, to collaborate. You are a resource. If you're a faculty member, if you're staff, if you're a student, be a resource. Find someone that sits in the situation that you want to be in and ask them for help, and offer your help to someone that wants to be in your position by subject matter, topic, or expertise. This is how we create this community of abundance, of people who want to help each other and know people that help each other. This will create the legacy of freedom that this University of Freedom was founded on. The freedom to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, for as long as you want, for the sake of what you want. Too many people attach, especially entrepreneurs, to this outcome. I remember when I graduated law school, I'll be happy when I buy my mom a house and a car. I had this extraordinary mom who passed 5 months ago. My mom raised 6 kids on her own, 5 boys, 1 girl. 5 of them went to the Ivy Leagues, Harvard, Penn, Columbia, graduated summa cum laude. One of them did not. My mom never really taught me anything because I wouldn't listen. I wish I would have, but I can't tell you how much I caught by watching my mom teach the second grade, come home, pack her dinner, me dinner, all the kids, pack us into a car, have the older ones teach the younger ones while she filled up turnstiles with greeting cards at convenience stores. Never feeling punished. Telling us that education would be the way that we could do what we want with who we want for as long as we wanted, as long as we were helping others. And I did. I graduated law school. 9 months later, made $1 million, bought my mom a house and a car, but it didn't make me happy. And then we exited in 1995 for $3.4 billion. And I said to myself, I'll be happy when I have $10 million. And I said, I'll be happy when I had $20 million, 30, 40, 50. The funny thing was, the higher and the more money I got, I was less and less happy. Because I kept buying things I didn't need to impress people I didn't want, attaching my happiness to an outcome instead of asking myself, as my mom had taught me, a definiteness of purpose. I don't care what you want, but you better be able to tell me for the sake of what? For the sake of what? That's what this school teaches these kids every day. Don't worry about the likes and the follows. Tell me for the sake of what are you learning this? For the sake of what are you putting this time, effort, intention, and attention in what you want? For the sake of what are you here? Because when you know for the sake of what, no longer will you search for your why or search for your purpose. I asked the kids today a common question, and I got the exact answer I always get when I'm at colleges. Who knows their why? And I can ask all of you even. Some of you may even be older than me or just look younger and older than me. I mean, literally, raise your hand if you know your why. It's amazing, right? There you go. How few people really know your why? I'll tell you why. Because you're not supposed to know your why. You're supposed to apply your why. You're a resource, remember? You're a commander of the universe. You live by responsibility, you live by honesty, and you live with freedom. You command it by applying your why. So instead of worrying about, this is what I'm worried about people think I am, I'm so worried what they think, I'm a virtual Great Gatsby on the internet, standing in front of cars I don't own and mansions I don't own. Only good news about those virtual Gatsby people is, unlike Vanderbilt, they got nothing to lose. But they're creating a comparative, contextual platform so that people are comparing themselves to what doesn't exist. I think I am. What they teach here at UFM, as I noticed, is I am. I am a leader. I am happy. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am worthy. And we're here to figure out what we're doing to interfere with it. Connected to and through an omniscient, all-powerful, all-knowing source of intelligence, intuition, inspiration. The human experience is one of information. We're informed. We receive information. The transformation that occurs at UFM is a matter of inspiration, not information. And it's the combination of the information and the inspiration that will allow you to apply your why and figure out what you're doing to interfere with it. What are you saying, doing, thinking, feeling, and believing to interfere with your best self? Let me just share a little bit of a secret about your best self. The greatest thing that I teach people is to ask for help. It's amazing how many people, my mom, this beautiful, wonderful people, she gave everything and refused to receive help or even ask for it. Now, I'm not a genius like my brother, but I know if you give more than you receive, it's a zero-sum game. You're going to end up with nothing. And you end up cheating everyone of their greatest joy. You see, in the human experience, when we feel our higher self, when we feel to be a great resource, it's when we are capable and able of helping someone else. That's when we feel great. That's why people love to give. So when someone is there to help you and you say, no, it's okay. I feel bad. You don't have time. You're busy. You're so important. You wouldn't want to help me. You are cheating them. You're cheating them the opportunity to feel their greatest self by being able and capable of helping you. They feel so much better about that than doing anything else in their entire lives. So whether you're an alumni, a faculty member, a staff member, a student, I want you to remember, stop cheating the people we love. Ask them for help. Find people who sit in the situation that you want to be in and ask them for help. And then with more power, you can help other people get to where they want to be. Because if you give more, you'll be given more. And if you're given more, you can receive more. And if you ask for more than more, you can give more than more, be given more than more, receive more than more, and ask for more than more than more. You see where I'm going to end up when I'm 80 years old? With more than enough of everything for everyone. And I'm not going to stop until I'm that type of resource. And I want to inspire you not to stop as well. I want you to help others for the sake of what you care about. Your honesty, your responsibility, and your freedom to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, for as long as you want. That is a legacy. Your community is the legacy. It's a legacy will far last you and your children, great-grandchildren. To build a community based off of those foundational principles of responsibility, of honesty, and freedom. A community of people that is built to help one another and to know people that help one another. A legacy over likes. Create that for yourself. Allow that to go viral. And I promise you, you will make a lot of money. You will help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. And one thing I've learned about being around billionaires, millionaires, entrepreneurs, celebrities, athletes, and entertainers at the highest level, beyond having a desire that you must be what you can be, all of those people who make a lot of money for the sake of helping others and have a lot of fun every day, they're extremely happy. And if I can help you, empower you to be happy, to empower another 1,000 to be happy, to empower another 1,000 to be happy, that's what will make me happy. God bless all of you. I can't wait to come back. Thank you so much.